Hello and welcome to another episode of Daily Market Mastery with me, Christian Rauchenwald, on this sunny Friday. I hope you all had a great week so far. It's the last trading day of the week before markets close, and I hope we'll be able to get some forecasts or at least predictions for how markets are going to finish today and then continue and open for next week. Now, before we get into that, as always, let's get the usual disclaimer out of the way first. Everything that I share in this live stream / video is my personal opinion and in no way financial or professional advice of any kind. You should always do your own research, consult certified professionals, draw your own conclusions, and make your own decisions. And besides that, don't forget all the tools that you see in this live stream / video. So the broker, charting software, the strategy I'm following, and so on are all linked in the video description down below. And the one thing I really recommend is, if you haven't done so, check out the Elliott Wave principle, which you can read online for free when you're using the link in the description down below. Now, with that said, we can actually jump into it. We are having a slightly green start into the day. Our GameStop covered call options are set to expire next Friday, so we still have to wait a little bit for theta decay to kick in further so that we can actually buy them back for ideally $1. Now, technically, we want to have that order already in place. Not sure why it's not there, so I'm gonna create that $1 order and good till canceled. So we buy back 5 pieces of that call once it becomes next to like free. That said, let's jump into the charts and let's start with GameStop. Like nothing changed compared to yesterday. We're still waiting for a little bit of a move further down into the area I said here, where the the expansion and the retracement levels overlap, so roughly till here to finish the overall corrective pattern before we continue our journey up. Circling to the big players first today, SPY, as mentioned. So yesterday we went up a little bit further. Potentially we finished our wave 1, 2, 3, are now in wave 4, and we'll then get our wave 5 push. As I mentioned yesterday, I would not necessarily go long here at this point in time anymore, because like even if we get that other push here, after that we finished 5 waves, so we are set to have another corrective pattern that again will take us a little bit further down. That corrective pattern should then be based on, so depending on how high we go, we can see, for example, from here to here. Or if we go here, so at least to the 38.2 retracement would be our expectation. Therefore, like I would not go long right now, and I think it's also too early to actually go short. In the Nasdaq, we probably have a very similar situation where we already topped at around 20,200 for this current wave pattern that we're going to see in a second. There we go. So we probably can get rid of a few things here. So first of all, we can get rid of this retracement here, and we can get rid of this retracement here for now. And we can see that basically here also we have our potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and we might get our wave 5 push. It's possible that this is 1, 2, 3, so that we already topped here and that we're already in the retracement phase, but I think it's more likely that after this corrective move down, that will play out again as a corrective pattern. So in a 3-wave move like A, B, C, or 6 waves or 9 waves, that then we'll get another push a little bit higher. And then from there, we should actually see again the next retracement happening to make this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move again, and then we get another retracement down, which would be a possibility to buy puts or go short. And right now I don't think it makes sense to enter the positions or any positions here, but again, you do your own research, make your own decisions. That's just my personal opinion. But over the last couple of weeks, actually it played out closely or close enough to how we labeled or predicted the patterns. Now, SMCI, like getting the first dip. So the question is going to be here if this is going to be wave 1, 2, and we get our wave 3 push in the next couple of weeks, since we're on a 3-day chart here, or if we're still not finished with the correction. However, on the overall pattern or on the overall look of it, since we have this overlapping area where multiple target areas or predicted target areas overlap, I think we're done with the correction here, and we're actually in the process of developing a further 5-wave upward impulse. And yeah, so that's about SMCI. We've been looking at Wheeler, where we also, I think, project, yeah, they actually have it happening. Yeah, so it was quite a substantial move. So we pointed out that most likely we have our correction finished here. We see we reached the 50% retracement area almost. We are at the 100% expansion level for an ABC move. And yesterday we pointed out that this could potentially be the wave 1, 2 already in development. We see today we have the confirmation for 1, 2, 3, and 3 not finished yet. So 3 has 1, 2, 3, 4, and I might have finished here. So we get another small correction, and then we might get the next push up here. Yeah, obviously a pity that we were not invested in that position, but to be honest, I didn't expect that it will be such a strong move, basically making 200% overnight. Yeah, you can't always know exactly how fast things are going to move, but it's nice that the pattern holds up. Yeah, let's take a look at Novavax. Are we going to get our triangle here or not? Yeah, still undecided. So again, the big question is still, will we get another push down here to finish a potential triangle pattern, which would then mean that wave 4 didn't end here, but wave 4 will actually end with the triangle pattern before we go further up? Or will we get our push up here to confirm that wave 4 indeed ended here and we're already in the impulsive pattern upwards? From the looks of the whole movement, I think we are going to get the triangle pattern. Yeah, from my position, it doesn't make a huge difference since it's a call option that expires in January. So even if we have another week or two or the whole October to trace downwards to finish that triangle, there's still enough time left to actually finish then the upwards move, or at least finish huge parts of it. And again, the target area here would be, in my opinion, the $30 to $60 mark. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Yeah, what else do we have? Barnes & Noble Educational. Okay, so two possible options. Either we finish the correction A, B, C, because we reached the 38.2 retracement here, and this is actually the beginning of the next 5-wave impulse with a wave 1, A, B, C for a wave 2. That wave 2 might not be fully finished yet. So it would offer a decent or a reasonable decent long entry point here, in my opinion, because you could put your stop loss here at the low at 960, which means we have like 5% risk here, whereas the upside would be much bigger. Now, the worst case scenario would be that this is in some form wave A, we're now getting A, B, C for wave B, and we get another push down afterwards, in which case that would still be profitable. And the only real exception would be if I'm completely wrong and we get a further push down here. But in this case, one could just put the stop loss lower, although that would mean taking or living with 40% risk. So stop loss would need to be at 6.05. So to consider the option that the corrective pattern here isn't finished yet. Yeah. Yeah, what else do we have to look at? Cost, are we still? Yeah, so cost entering the area where potentially we might get another corrective wave into the $5 range. So again, if we break the 644 here, then it's almost certain that we will see the $5 mark before we see the potential next push up. And that actually sums it up for today. Yeah, so like on the rest, there's not much new to cover. GameStop, as said, is a little bit of a waiting game. So while today we might see minor upwards movement or even finish green, again, I still expect that we'll see more red first before we go up. I could be wrong, in which case this would be the orthodox end of the corrective pattern, but then this pattern here wouldn't make much sense, to be honest. So from the pattern, I think that this is a 3-wave move, and if this is a 3-wave move, then we have to get another 5-wave move down. It's as simple as that. And while we have 5 waves moving down here, I think that's only wave 1, wave 2, and we're currently seeing wave 1, 2 forming for the 3rd wave. That will be a stronger push than wave 4, and wave 5 should take us into that area. And from here we should then, as said, start our upward movement. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I hope you were able to take something away from the stream. As always, don't forget, like, subscribe, enable notification, and again, the reminder, all the resources, all the tools that you saw during the short stream are